Yo yo yo, what's up everyone? It's over today and ordered tier list, Fire Emblem tier list. So I just finished the Blazing Blade. Do I saying that right? I definitely hope I'm saying it right. Yeah, I'm saying it right. It's not the Binding Wind Blazing Blade. And I was like, I'm gonna make a tier list right away now. My memory is still fresh. I have finished eliwoods story, so keep this in mind. Also, I wanna point out this is also if you did play the Lynn story. Because if you haven't played Lynn story, Sane and Kent will be lower level when you recruit them, so keep that in mind. If you skip Lynn story, it might be different, but this is like if you play eliwoods story and you play Lynn's story first, and yeah, then this is, in my opinion, the tier list. So without further ado, let's start. They are saying in alphabetically order, except for one character, that's Athos, because I want to do him as last, because you recruit him very late on. So yeah. Also, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the Blazing Blade, if you played it, what your favorite characters are from the game. Anyways, I can talk up like this for over an hour, but let's not do that. First off is Bart. So Bart is a very interesting character, I would say. I think he you get him quite early in eliwoods story. And you get him Dorcas back at the same time, but he's better. He's A tier. He's one of the better warriors in the game. That also mainly is because you get him really early on. So that means you can use him a lot, and that's why I'm gonna put him in A tier. I'm just not gonna put him in S tier, although he is amazingly good. There are just many warriors that are very good in this game, and he's just one of them. Next up, ooh, this one is tough. Because like, he can die, but that's because he's a mage. Or a dark mage. But damn, he is also insanely strong. His name is Canis, and he is maybe the only one of our characters beside the main three lords that actually can hit the final boss. But because how good he was in my game, I'm gonna put him in S tier. A bit. I don't think most probably might not agree, but in my opinion, my game he definitely was S tier. Next up is Dart. Well, remember when I was talking about warriors that were very good? Dart is the opposite of that. He's a pirate, but the problem with him is when I recruited him and I was using him a bit, every time he attacks an enemy, the other enemy attacks 2 times back. He has actually uses aren't that fast, but he's the only one with that problem. So no A tier Dart, you either horrible or D tier. But because I think he's just that bad, I'm just gonna put him in the horrible tier because I used him a bit and I was like, why is this character so bad? So next up is Dorcas. So you actually get Dorcas in Lynn's story, and for Lynn's story he's probably 80, but later on I rather used Bart than Dorcas, and then you get some other characters later on too. So because of that, I'm actually gonna put Dorcas in B tier because he just isn't to the level of some others. At least in my opinion, he wasn't. Next up, the main lord of the second story. Actually, if you play eliwoods story and not Hector's story, that is. Eliwood. I'm not sure, either A or S. I mean, then it's like in the last chapters, he was so useful, but then again, he's the main character. He is supposed to be that. In the other stories, I don't know. I'm gonna put him in S tier, but I'm even gonna place him behind Canis. Next we're up is Urk. Hopefully I say that right, probably not. He, yes, it's he, is pretty good, and I'm gonna put him in A tier, actually above Bard. It's one of the better mages, actually, one of the better mages, but you don't get that many mages. Yeah, this character I unfortunately cannot rank, it's only in Hector's story. Well, you got two packages knights in eliwoods story, at least one is recruitable. Florina and the one we are now talking about, Fiora. They sound very similar and they are also sisters, so I mean it makes sense. So I used Fiora more than Florina, so it's probably like who you use more, but for me Florina was just, or Fiora, I think it's for Fiora, was just that good. She was S tier, but she was also one of the higher levels. And Florina was just weaker in the A tier, but this is like so RNG dependent. It depends on what RNG they get. Do you get good RNG with leveling? Do you get bad RNG with leveling? It's really depending on how the leveling goes, how good they are. Then again, you can use so many of these characters. Next up, I think that's Geets. Geets is the same story as Bard, just another warrior that's very good. You do get him later on though, but I don't think it really matters for the ranking, because you can still use him quite a bit, and yeah. I personally found Geets a very strong and good character. I'm just gonna place him behind Bard, because yeah, because I can. Next up is a guy. Yeah, it's a character I didn't use much. So what can I say about guy? I didn't use him much. He's alright. I'm just gonna put him in this B or C tier actually. Like, he's one of the fighters that just doesn't stick out for me. Personally. I'm actually gonna put him in C tier because I like some others you get later on, and because you get them later on they already class up, and I think this guy is just one of those characters that's unfortunately just a bit not, because some other characters just fit right in, and I don't think with the guy that's the problem. That's the problem. I think if you're just like 3 levels higher, you definitely would be A or B tier, but just that you have to level him before he is actually directly useful gives him the C tier. Next up is actually also not always a guaranteed character. It's Hawken. So beforehand he's an enemy actually, but you can recruit him, talk him with a few characters to him. He joins your cause. And yeah, you probably know how this is going. He is kind of the opposite of what we were talking about with Guy. He is one that comes in and is straight away good. I'm gonna put him in B tier, just above Dorcas, because I haven't used him that much, but you can just slot him in a team, and if you like put some time in him, he is definitely A tier, but because I didn't, it's just B. Next up, Hawkeye. Yeah, this is just easy S tier, top of the S tier, easily. You get him a bit later on, but he is just such a beast. He is amazingly strong, and he's actually... I only equipped axes on him and it didn't really matter because he just destroyed everything on his path. Even on the last chapter, yeah, besides the final boss. Sorry about that. So he can hit quite well. Like only the last enemy, only a few can hit him. But besides that, yeah, he is very good. So heat is like a little bit with the guy problem, in my opinion. You get him, but he's just way too low level if you recruit him. But I think it was like even later on, I think he was like even that on the level. I wouldn't even like think about BT maybe. I'm thinking about D or C. I'm putting in C tier, but it's the bottom of the C tier. If I put him there, then I probably shouldn't use the D tier at all. You know what? We want to use the D tier. Hector. S tier. Above, around here, I think. Hector is like it's just a beast. Like he can die, so you can do you cannot do like reckless things, but he is like such a strong character, and his hit points, HP, isn't the greatest compared to other characters with axes, but damn, his strength, he just destroys the enemies in front of him. It's insane. Ooh, the next character, Isadora. So Isadora is a sad story for me, because I used her, but she died. And it's the only character where I was like, fuck this shit, I'm not resetting now. And she's a bit like Marcus, but you get away later on, and that hurts her a lot. Because Marcus would be like somewhere around here, but because Isadora Jones is later on, it's more like here. Like C tier isn't right, I feel like. B tier is a bit... I put her in B tier, but I'm not entirely sure I should do that. Like, she has a bit of the guy and heat problem, but... Or maybe she's in just the greatest unit, and I just want to use it regardless. Anyway, she is just an alright unit, nothing special. Just yeah, alright. It can get the job done, but it can also die. What happened in my game. Next up is Jafar. First seen as an enemy in the game, later on he joins you because he wants to protect Nino. Oh, don't worry, we get to this character later. First of all, Jafar. He's actually the best thief you can get in the game. The guard, if you train him, he might be on the same level, but he joined, like, I think Jafar joins you up on weapon level of 13 in his second class? Like in level 13 or 14 assassin? That's insane. I don't have to say much about this. Boom, S tier, above eliwood, even above Gannis, just behind Hector, because he is... I found him just that amazing, that good. And this game has just so many amazing units. It's crazy. I actually have no clue who this next character is, so Carl. He does join, but I can't remember this guy. I kind of feel like it can be played, but so I'm even gonna do it like I can't remember, because I just cannot remember this guy at all. I mean, I encountered every possible character I could recruit. I recruited, and yeah, I can't remember it, so my bad. Next up is Carla. Carla, yep. I don't really know her, but I don't know why. I just assume it's a Hector store only one. I might be wrong on this, but I'm gonna place with that because I just cannot remember, but most likely Hector only. Next up is, no, not Sane, the other one. Kent. Actually, I want to do Sane after Kent. Actually, let me do Sane first. So Sane, he is the pretty much actually the better knight, better than Kent. That's just it. Kent, and overall, he's a very good unit, Sane. Kent also, but if you have to choose between them, you just use Sane because he's one level better. So not level like you could recruit him one level higher or something. No, he's just a better unit. So yeah. I think that makes Sane S tier and Kent A tier. Or B tier maybe. He's just not a right unit, not an amazing unit, I think. Look out. So he's Steve, the only black fan member that joins you, if I'm correct. I haven't used him much, but that's because I just was like, I like the team I have from right now. Yeah, either B or A tier. Like, it's a good unit, fast unit like our thieves are. I will put him in A tier, but that's with something in mind that I will put another thief, Matthew, in the B tier. The only difference is like you get Matthew way earlier on in the game. But I think the goat is, I don't know. I think he's just very good. Just a bit better than Matthew, so A tier, Matthew B tier. Next up, Louise. Hmm. Now we have to think, will we put a Archer in the SD, yes or no? If we would have, if we want to, it would be now. Actually, let's actually get our Archers right here and right now. I think there's only 3 of them, if I'm not, yeah, if you do not count the warriors at least. Let's start with the first one. That would be him in Lynn's story, but I'm going with Rebecca for eliwoods story. She is alright, but she requires a lot of training. Her strength, originally very low. You need to get levels in her, you need to get the strength up. But it's the at that point it's the only Archie you have, what makes it just stand out for me and not end here. Because I even used her, and once she was a sniper she was alright. Only very Very shortly after she became, even though she was a sniper, she just was a sniper and became irrelevant because I got Louise. So Louise is just a better Rebecca in every single way. I'm really more. Yeah, she's just ass. Louise is just ass. She joins your team. She's straight up the best archer you have. At least archer that isn't on a horse. Yeah, she has way more strength than Rebecca, but I also think Rebecca has just a horrible strength growth. Don't, but don't think you shouldn't use Rebecca, cause she will be for a long time the only archer you have. What makes her a very important team member to take down flying units. Next up, that guy, Rat. I don't know what to rank him. I'm gonna put him in A tier. He is very good, but at something, but also I just don't know. I can't talk too much. Just gonna put him in A tier and let him be there. And this is one, Lowen, I think his name is. It's also a hard one, cause I just didn't use him. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. Lowen was one of those units. It would be fair to like put him here, but I remember who he is, so I'm just gonna say he's like canned, so he belongs in the B tier for now. Keep in mind though, if you think Lowen is just amazing, just keep in mind I haven't used him, but I do remember him, that's why I don't want to put him here. So this guy, I think he joins in Lynn's story also, but there's one big problem with him. He keeps remembering me of a character in Radiant Dawn. It isn't good that I maybe play both games like in between each other, then that game, then that game, then that game. Yeah, because of that I cannot remember this character at all. So I remember when I recruited him, and after that I never used him. So I just gonna put him here because I cannot give a fair opinion about him. Even though I said I'm not gonna put him there, but at least him I remember. This one I remember because I see him now. Where I'm gonna rank Lane is for me a very easy, very easy way. S tier, like all the way, just behind Hawkeye. She will not hit hard, but her speed and skills are that high. She always hits the enemy twice, and the enemy at maximum maybe have a 50% chance to hit her with very accurate weapons slash spells. So, and with the high luck stat, she has a high chance to crit. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I just put her in front because I just lost definitely against Axis, because Axis at best would have a 20% hit chance. Even in the last chapter there were some Axe units, I just put her in front, they had 20% chance to hit. That's very low, so that helped a lot. That's why Lynn is so high up in the S tier, because her strength is not S tier, but her speed and skill is. And that's why I'm putting her almost at the top, just behind Hawkeye, because Hawkeye is just a beast. Hector's also a beast, but Hawkeye even more. So Lynn, one of the best characters in the game, also one of the main characters. And I mean, she would want to, in my game, in 1v1 against Hector, she would basically win because Hector will not be able to hit her. And she would probably crit. Like against the final boss, like she would only deal 3 damage, but she attacked twice and the boss only once. She critted 2 times, so instead of 3 and 3 times 2 is 6, she did 2 times 9, that was 18. What was just as much damage as Hector would do. So, only more accurate. Next up is Marcus, you get him early on. And I actually might do something really unpopular. And I'm not gonna put him in the S tier, but in the A tier. I do think he is good, but the problem for me with Marcus was his growth was horrendous. Horrendously bad. Like, I don't even know what horrendous means, but it just sounded like a word that is just like bad. So, the problem is that Marcus, like sometimes you had a good level up, but most of the level ups are just only like 1 or 2 stats increase, and I was like, come on. And I actually didn't use him till later. Because you don't need to use him to have a good shot, so. But he's still a good unit, so A tier, solid. Next up, I am not even sure why he's on this list. It's not a playable character. Or actually it is, because you can make it move, but it's your storage. He stores units and that's what he does. All he does is store units, store items, store units, store items. I said units, I know. Store items, you can take your items from him, store your items with him. Yeah. Oh, in combat, yeah, he just gets attacked and doesn't attack back. So in the beginning he can't even move, just a camp. So if an enemy spawns at the beginning, the camp just gets destroyed. This camp got destroyed once, so I've seen it happen. Next up, Ninian and I want to say Neo, but it's probably one. Neos. At least I was right with Ninian. So I have a hard time ranking them. They kind of like characters that just give you characters an order chance to move, but that's how they do. Like it's not like the Fire Emblem phase Azura that also can attack. Because if they get attacked, they just die. Yep. Okay, this music is really fitting right now. Yeah, I will put them in. Definitely not S tier. The middle of the B tier, both of them. Yes, it's useful to move in all the time, but is it really you? Is it really like worth using over a character that can like literally kill something? It's debatable. Very debatable. Oh boy. Next up is Nino. Yep, I said a little bit ago we will get to her eventually. Yeah, Dart, you're not gonna be the only one in that tier anymore. I will explain why first. You get her very late on. You get her in the same chapter as Jafar. So what do you think? Oh, that means she's a sage, level 10 or level 8, level 14. No, she's just a mage from I think level 8 or something. She is so underleveled. It's insane. Why? You're just horrible. Like, her growth is good. So many things are good about Nino. Only the level you get her is just so horrendous. Like, if you really want to train her up, she can be A or S tier. But because you get her so late on, I just was like, this isn't worth it. So, yeah, she can sit just behind Dot, because Dot, he will get attacked twice, but at least his level is not that bad like Nino her level is, because that's just so bad, so low. it's just not funny. Next up is Oswin, the tank that tanks everything. Bam, top of the A tier. I was thinking about putting him in an S tier, but there is one problem. He is still a general, but means he moves very slowly. And sometimes when you want to move fast forward, Oswin will fall behind. And that's not Oswin's character, that's just the class he is. But because of that, I'm just gonna put him in A tier and not S tier. But then again, like, if I look at those characters in A tier, I pretty much have used all of them. So that's not a bad thing. Next up, is a Spand. Let me check that. That's Spand. So the thing with Spand is, he's a Sage or a Light, Ars Light. Yeah, I could have used him, but I didn't. That's basically, I just didn't use him. I wanted to keep using Urk and Canis, and that's why I decided to not use Band. Yeah, that's why I decided to not use Band. But if you would use him, he is like probably 80 to B tier though. He can also heal, that's very useful. I will put him in the 80 because I just know he's good. But I just refuse to use him because I was like, nah. Next up is Priscilla. I think she is like the better healer of the two because you have two that are only able to heal and not fight. So Sarah, and now we heal and healing animation. I mean, I'm not even doing the music myself. This is so crazy. Sarah and Priscilla. So Sarah you also get in Lynn's story. Priscilla not yet, but we have to stay true to the long run, the full game. I'm never gonna put healers in S tier. Because you can also heal with vulnerables and elixirs and stuff. But I will put Priscilla at the bottom of the A tier and then Sarah S tier just above Guy because I haven't used her at all when she came back. Because that you have Priscilla around the same time or earlier in eliwoods story. What makes her really like, do you want to use this character? For me, it was a big no-no. Because why two healers is just too risky. Is that Raven? I'm very sure this is Raven. And I forgot about another Archer. So Raven... Yeah, he's gonna get the guy treatment. You get him at some point, he is a bit unleveled. He isn't really that special or anything. So unfortunately he will be in the S tier. I do think he is easy to level than Heat. So he doesn't deserve the D tier. But yeah, that's just about it. So now it's... Okay, so about this character I can only say one thing. Why is he even in the game? He isn't bad, not at all. But he joins... You get him so late into the game. I think you can recruit him right before the final chapter of the game. Where he isn't he isn't a boss killer or anything. So why are you only recruitable that late, or why do you only appear that great? Like even after the game, in the game credits, he gets about damn they say he just vanished. Like he just vanished like he never was there. Yeah, I mean he also didn't want to fight. He just joined you because I don't know he could. Like, I want to play in a C tier because of that, but he's actually B tier. But you know what? I'm gonna put him in the C tier. Not because he is bad, but he just joined so late. And why would you want to bring him to the final chapter? Like, you, you don't want to bring like 3 or 4 mages. So just bring like mages you have already trained up. Like he's way better than those two, and even better than some in the beta, but there is just no reason to use him. The next character is actually an enemy, but you can recruit her again, Vidar. Yeah, what to rank her? Either A or B. She is very good, but then again, like, yeah, you got flying units already. You got Florina, you got Fiora, and eliwoods, so you also probably got her. I think she is like, I'm gonna put her in BT just because, like, yeah, she's good, very good, top of BT, but do you really want to use her? Next up is Wallace, the meme. So you get him like almost at the end of Lynn's story, but then after that, I think it's you either don't see him or he's only a Hector story one. Oh no, it depends on. Okay, so I think you either join him, you either get him or Geets. Well, if I had to choose, I would go for Geets because you got already good unit. But he's not bad. With all my Geets, I'm gonna put him in Beatty because I have. Take in mind, I didn't have this unit, so it's hard to rank him. With the Lin story, he was just the tank that was just impossible to die. So now we get Will. Yeah, this is an Archie that appears already in Lin's story, and when he reappears again in my game, he was just super underleveled. So boy, you in C tier not because you join when you're underleveled, but you just suck. Because I also think he's the worst Archer of all of them. Because at that point, Rebecca might already have gained some strength levels. And is probably higher level anyways. That leaves one last character that I wanted to do last. Athos. You get him a bit later on, but this is also a very important character. Because it's one of the characters that in the last chapters can hit the final boss and has a story, a past story with him. I'm not just gonna be very easy about him, save or download. Yeah, we're not gonna save or download this. Actually, we're just gonna zoom a bit in to skip that, can we? Not really. We tried. Anyway, so this is my tier list. This is all the characters in the Blazing Blade ranked. So I haven't played those two because didn't play Hector's story. I can't remember him. I have no clue what to say about him, her. I don't know anything about this character. He's a shopkeeper. Those two, you know, just Joan earlier next time because you might have been good in Dart. Yeah, I cannot save you. Heat, same story, or be higher level. And now we have everyone that ST expects this guy he exists in the game, and that's just like, hey, you're going into it almost you almost done with the game. I'm going to join you because I want to say hi, and I'm also a character that exists apparently. And those are just like, me and Sarah is debatable. But then again, why when you use 2 healers? Then Nessie died on Fallen Leaves. He's just alright, nothing bad about it. Matteo is a good thief, but the other thieves are better. Rebecca, she requires, in my opinion, just a bit much grinding, but it's alright overall. So yeah, those two, not bad, but I don't know. It's debatable. Do you want to use them? Yes, no. For me, it was no. Just all 4 of them are good, but I decided just not to use them, and him I didn't get because I had Geet. And in my opinion, Geet is better. Priscilla, good. Best healer in the game. Band, pretty good, but if you already have mages, you could as well skip him like I did. Very good if you want to have another archer on a horse, use him. Legault, best thief besides Jafar. Florina, good. Marcus, very good early on the destroyer, but not the secret stones level with Zed, where you basically have a set tier. Geet, very good, but just behind Bard, because Bard is just better. Well, actually, they are pretty much around the same, but Bard was a bit higher level in my game. Urk, very powerful mage. He is very, yeah, he's just he's just the mage what Nino could have become. If she joined earlier, but she didn't. What still triggers me. And Oswin, very good. The tank to tank hits, basically. And he destroys them after he got hit. Yeah, he will destroy them. He hits very high. Lewis, best archer in the game. That's why she's an ST. Sane, best horseman in the game. Yeah. Then we got Arsate. The Arsate. Yeah, alright. Usually, yeah, you want to use him, honestly. Eliwood, main character of the game. Main lord. A dark mage that you actually might miss. But would be a shame, because he is so good. Jafar. Very good unit. If you want to use a thief and you have unlocked him, you might as well instantly swap out Mathieu or Legault and use Jafar instead. Unless you got Legault to a crazy high level or something, but that's almost impossible. I think it's possible to get him higher than Jafar, just not easy. Hector is a beast, destroys almost everything in his path. Fiora, she was just super high in my run, what made her an enemy destroyer. She was. Then again, Pegasus Knights can fly like way further and faster than our orders. What that means, he can take some enemies out you want to get rid of. What makes flying it sometimes very high level. Lynn, no one could hit her, so yeah, she's basically that high up because of that. And Hawkeye was just insane. So that's my list. This became a very long video, unfortunately, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think of this list. I don't think anyone will agree with this list, but hey. Anyways, I thank you all a lot for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. And yeah, have a great day. Thanks for watching.